Hey friend, thanks for taking some time to hang out with me on this video blog today. I am so pumped about what I want to share with you today. You know, when I'm talking to churches and church leaders around the country and around the world, I'm regularly talking about the cultures necessary for a church to grow. And we talk about the culture of prayer, talk about the culture of change, and we talk about the culture of ministry to children. And you may be involved in children's ministry as a volunteer or a staff member. You may be a lead pastor. You could be a volunteer that's not involved in children's ministry at all. But for all of us, at one point or another, we were a kid. And a lot of us watching this blog have children. We understand the value of children. I want to talk to you a little bit about how a church, whether a large church or a small church, should view ministry to children. I believe when churches begin to grow, that one of the very first hires that a church should make is not what typically is made. Typically, you know, it's a youth pastor. Church begins to grow, and we're going to get another staff member. Let's hire a youth pastor. And I love youth pastors, but the very first hire should be a children's pastor. Children's ministry, it's a first things first deal. When you have good children's ministry and put that in place, children begin to grow and eventually they're going to be teenagers. So it's first things first. Get the children's ministry in place so that it will beget good youth ministry, presuming you have good volunteers or staff members serving in those roles. Don't, when you're doing children's ministry, don't just plug holes. The children's ministry is probably the one place where I watch churches just plug volunteers in to just make sure the kids' noses aren't running, make sure the second graders are covered, make sure the little boys and girls just aren't running haywire. I strongly encourage you to be very intentional in how you help children's volunteers be all they can be for the children. When you sit with any group of adults who are born again believers and you ask them, when did you give your heart to the Lord? Huge numbers of them gave their hearts to the Lord under the age of 14. The majority gave their hearts to the Lord as children. I gave my heart to the Lord as a 9-year-old. My children did the same. My wife did the same. So the investment we make in those grubby little kids that are running around your church is absolutely huge. Those people are going to grow to love and serve God in ways you never imagined possible. Things will impact that little 6-year-old like you never thought possible. The 8-year-old, the 10-year-old. Invest in children's ministry. Give all you can to children's ministry because that is going to generate benefit for the church, benefit for the children and families far beyond our own human expectations. I believe in children's ministry. I cheer children's workers, volunteers, and staff members on to be the very best they can be. And when you do that and your church does that, you're going to see the Lord do great things. Well, thanks for being with me today as we talk about children's ministry. I hope you'll make it a great day and that you'll see the children in your church grow to be wonderful men and women of God serving Him wherever He calls them. Make it a great one and be blessed.